We all have our favorite Kamen Rider design, but did you know that this design has its own prototype versions? And that is called as a concept art. Today we're going to dive into the concept art of Kamen Rider suit design. Let's check this out. Now this is Kamen Rider Ichigo, which is pretty weird because he has a skull design, but this is because originally it was referencing or basically designed based on Skullman. And Skullman is basically a manga that was created by Shotaro Ishinomori before Kamen Rider even existed, so this is basically Kamen Rider ancestor. Then he decided to redesign the whole thing and make it based on Grasshopper, and this is where Ichigo come from. This is how Ichigo came to be. Next is Kamen Rider X, or rather Kamen Rider Amazon. So basically Amazon used to be named as X, but then they postponed the production and create the actual Kamen Rider X, but then they revisit the idea and make Kamen Rider Amazon. And this is the early design. The top one looks very weird and looks more bug theme, while the bottom one looks more like the Amazon we know and love today, but have a much more greener color. Back to Kamen Rider X, we have another design that was made which is much more close to the X that we know now. This one is Sky Rider, which looks like a mummy. Then we have this abomination called Super One. As you all know from my ranking video, Super One was my favorite Showa rider suits, and this is absolute hideous. I'm glad they changed it. I'll say that Zekros actually look really good here. The color red looks much better than the orange they picked for their suit that we know now. Then we have Kamen Rider Black, which one of the design there is actually just him being fully black, which will be funnier, and the other one looks more like Black RX. Speaking of which, this is how Black RX supposed to look like back then. This is so ugly. Why is lime color? Why? There's also a concept art for Robo Rider and Bio Rider, and both of them look pretty similar. Then we have this crazy looking sketch of Shin Kamen Rider. There's also this cool looking art of ZO, which is unfortunate considering how ZO looks like at the end because it looks so basic compared to the concept arts. There's also this ugly art of ZO which was used to create Kamen Rider J, and that's why ZO and J is basically just the same design. Now with the Showa riders, let's look at the Heisei riders. This is an early concept art of Mighty Kuuga, and he looks like a Showa rider. Next is Kuuga Pegasus, which back then looks like a riot trooper. Next is Kuuga Titan, which back then looks more like a tank, because nowadays Kuuga Titan actually look more like a warrior. And finally Kuuga Dragon, which are the old one being orange instead of blue. But apparently back then Kuuga was supposed to have a ninja form, which is called as Ninja Rider here. Would you guys want to see Kuuga in a ninja form? And here it is Kuuga Ultimate, which back then have a cape and also just an armor. To me, I feel like this old version looks cool, and I wouldn't even be mad if this was the final form, but the one that we get, which is Ultimate, looks way better. Next is Kamen Rider Agito, which here we can see that Agito was supposed to have a shield and sword. Next we have G3, which looks somewhat similar, while Gills look completely different. The concept art of Hibiki looks more like a demon, and one of them actually looks like his form, that is Hibiki Kurenai. Listen, I love Kabuto right now, but this looks awesome. Except for the mask version, because the mask form doesn't look as good as the one that we have now. Not only that, there's also a concept art of all of the cast of Kabutos. And it seems that Punch Hopper and Kick Hopper were one character. Later on, they make the concept art of Kabutik riders, and it seems that they're supposed to have 4 riders, but considering that the 4th one literally is just a gray Kabuto, they decided to scrap that. And no, the gray Kabuto is not Dark Kabuto, because Dark Kabuto was taken from the earlier design of Kamen Rider Kabuto itself. And finally, we have Gatag and also Zack Trooper concept art. Before I reveal it, who do you think this is? This is Zeronos. Now let's clean our eyes with the better concept art of Kamen Rider Den-O liner form. Unfortunately for us, we only have one form that the concept art is shown, and it seems that back then it's mostly the same except for the head, and it's clear that the new ones is better. Now, did you know that Forza was supposed to be green back then? And also his chest plate looks like cosmic states. Next up is Kamen Rider ZO concept art, which was shown in Kamen Rider ZO Supplementary Plan Episode 11 or Kamen Rider ZO Episode 11.5. And finally, this is the concept art of Shin Kamen Rider. I don't know why they want to make it so different. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you guys in the next video.